Good morning, everyone. This is the Doctor. It is 11:58 a.m. here in the Pacific Northwest, and it is another beautiful sunny day out here. I don't know how we're getting so lucky with all of this nice weather. This is the long-awaited video, you guys. I know I've been putting my character profiles on hold while I've been doing other stuff, but we are finally getting back to it, and today we're going to be doing Schuzelt, our White Knight of the War of the Visions universe. Schuzelt is a lightning element. Of course, his affiliation is with Horn, although that might be questionable if you've proceeded far enough in the story. His three jobs are Soldier, Knight, and Hunter. He's actually very similar to Lilith, as we referenced him in the Lilith video. We'll talk a lot about what his differences are. He does have a Trust Master. It's called the Sword of Slashing Air, and his Master ability, if you've gotten him to level 40, is Dexterity plus 15% and a whopping critical rate plus 35. Now, his Sword of Slashing Air does give HP 69, Attack 110, Accuracy 15, and it has a chance to inflict Doom while it's attacking, so not the worst TM out there that you can get, and certainly unique with that Doom capability on there. His max stats, he reaches 1500 HP, which is reasonably survivable. He has a move of 3 and a jump plus 1. However, he does get move plus 1 on his ability board, so that does move him in the rankings to one of the 6th highest movers in the game. There's not very much move, and for a knight unit, soldier unit, someone who's durable, getting move plus 4 is pretty good. He gets a wonderful defense plus 6 that he inherits from his ability board. His regular attack is 231, which is already high. It's the 17th highest out of all the units in the game. And then his ability board adds a whopping 42 attack on top of that. So for an MR unit, that's actually extremely powerful, and it means that he's going to be hitting extremely hard. His dexterity is 144, which puts him at 30th. However, he gets a lot of Dex plus. He gets the Dex plus 24, remember, from his ability board. And then he's going to get that Dexterity plus 15% from his Master ability. So he is going to be having a very high Dexterity as well. He's also going to have a very high Luck with a base of 142. But he gets a whopping plus 78 Luck. And to top all of that off, he gets a critical rate of plus 12 from his ability board. So when we're thinking about all of this in perspective, you're really thinking of him as a critical hitter. You want him to hit, you want him to max out that crit rate. He's going to have that 35 crit plus an additional 12 crit from his master ability. He's going to be a beast. With a 50% chance to crit, his long-range attacks that he's going to have are going to be extremely powerful. He does have a moderate agility, so his agility is 38th. But if you try and manipulate that a bit, or maybe lean more heavily in on his survival, he could be a little bit more advantageous than, say, having a Mont, and he may be able to do more damage than Mont as well with that attack stat. So what classes is he? He is a soldier, first of all. If you're wondering what other units are soldiers, you're going to be thinking about Stern. Hazard form will reduce his own HP and increase his attack. This will also generate his AP a lot, so it's a good way to build AP if you're far away from the fight. Osmos Force I've never used. It's not going to be a useful ability for you. Counter Slash, always useful. I would say it's one of the better counters for him to set, although once we get to his Hunter abilities, I think there is a better one. Paralyzing Edge, now this I used on my Stern a lot. It deals very small damage to the target and has a low chance to inflict paralysis to it, but it has a nice range on it. So if you're looking to get into that PvP scene, if you're looking to put someone into your team, if you're a free-to-play player and want him to be reasonably useful, I would definitely invest in the Paralyzing Edge. I would definitely recommend it. Hazard Spin I wouldn't recommend so much. It's an AoE spin around yourself that deals damage in the cardinal directions, and it sacrifices HP from yourself. Yes, it's heavy damage, but again, that would involve you having to get close, and with a movement of 4, I don't believe you're going to be able to get that close with Schuzelt. Hard Slash, again, it's one of those moderate abilities. It's that job level 5 ability that you're kind of like, oh, I could get it, but why would I ever use it, or how would I get that close in order to use it? You're probably going to be using Paralyzing Edge instead. Self-sacrifice, this is going to be your guaranteed set on Schuzelt, increases attack and decreases resistances to all attack types. When you max it out though, it does increase your resistance to attack types. It doesn't say exactly what the breakdown is, but it is going to let you be a little bit more tankier if you max it out to level 20. And I do have that level 20 on my stern, so I can definitely verify that for you guys. Grim Reaper deals moderate damage to a target and has a chance to inflict doom to it. Again, not sure why you would inflict doom when you can currently one-shot in this game. Maybe useful if you're fighting against an Engelbert, but he would have to be susceptible to the doom in the first place, so leave that on the side. Drain Force deals small damage depending on self, max HP the target, and restores that amount of same self HP. This will be situational. I don't see this being critical for you, but I have seen situations, especially with Medina having Drain, where her Drain has completely screwed me over in PvP, where I think I'm going to win, and she uses Drain, and the AI auto battle just wins the fight. So, might be something you want to level up for your AI auto battle if you're throwing your Schuzelt into there. Now, Hazard Break is probably going to be your bread and butter battle ability when you're max level. It is a cross-shape attack that has a 3-space range, and it is heavy AoE damage. It's going to be your attack that's going to deal the most damage. It does take HP damage, but again, when you're in a meta that is all about one-shotting units and really getting in there, you really don't have anything too badly to worry about for that. Now, his second class is going to be his Knight, and we've talked about Knight a couple times in the reviews that we've done. It seems like there's a lot of MR units who have the Knight subclass. For him, there's not too much here that the other Knights have that he doesn't have. He gets his TP break, he gets his power break, magic break, speed break. I don't see you setting his Knight as a sub, just because I think he has strong enough ranged abilities as his soldier main class, and I think he's going to get a little bit more versatility from his hunter subclass than his Knight subclass. Also, his hunter subclass is going to offer an evasion counter, and I do think the soldier weapon counter is better than the sword guard that you get from the Knight abilities. His max HP plus you're probably not going to set. His sacred boon you're probably not going to set. I think just, those are tanky abilities. Maybe you are entering a situation where you need him to take a little bit more brunt for your hit, or you're finding he's dying just a little bit too fast in PvP. Understandable. I could see you building him this way. I personally think he's more going to be a glass cannon type where you need to get him in and one-shot the opponent with hazard. But again, I have been wrong in the past. Maybe we'll enter a debuff meta. I don't know for sure. I think also raising his maximum HP isn't going to do much when you're already decreasing his resistances to increase his attack using the soldier ability. So I don't see you jumping into the Knight abilities too often, especially since all of his abilities here are close range except for TP break. So I don't think he's going to be that close range character for you. Now, his ranger abilities, this is where it gets a little bit interesting. Similar to Lilith, he does have a ranged meta and a close range meta. If Lilith was more close ranged, he's definitely more of a long range. The counter that we really want to get here is the reflex ability, so he has a chance to evade attacks. Awesome ability, the evasion meta is going to be coming, unless your opponents have accuracy. If you consider 20% chance evade versus a counter, evading an attack is probably, let's say you're running PvP and you're running 10 PvPs a day, and you have a chance, 20% chance to evade each attack on your Schuzelt. That's probably 2 times this is going to proc, and 2 times that you'll either win when you weren't supposed to win, or, it might just be procking more than that and getting you more victories than you were expecting. So I would always go for the reflex counter here. I think that's going to be critical. If you're finding yourself using long range techniques, you're going to be wanting to set Hunter Monograph and Focus. I think with Schuzelt, I'm not sure if the Hunter Monograph will affect the soldier abilities. It would be interesting to see if it does, and if it does, it would definitely add to his versatility. I think the Focus ability would probably be good to set as well if you're using some of the ranger abilities, but honestly I wouldn't set the Focus ability because I think you're going to be using Hazard Break more than any of these abilities as well, right? Because Hazard Break has that similar range, it has that flexibility. I think the only time you would be using Ranger abilities over Hazard Break would be when you're in an arena that has a varying height terrain, because Ranger abilities can reach a little bit higher on the terrain than normal abilities can. That would be the only time I would see you using these abilities. But again, that reflex is going to be important to set. I would set that Hunter monograph because it, one, increases that range +1 and increases accuracy. So having that accuracy and that evasion meta is also going to be really good coming up. So again, his subclasses kind of define the direction you want to take him in, and you can kind of go either way with him right now. I think he's going to be leaning more towards the Ranger side of things, but if you guys think differently, drop a comment down in the comments section down there. Overall, his resistances, he actually has some nice resistances here. So he has 25% resistance to blunt attack, 10% resistance to piercing attack. He is 25% weak to magic. He has a 15% weakness to earth and a 15% resistance to water. Now, he does have some very good status resistances as well. A 50% resistance to sleep, 15% to toad, 50% to charm, which is nice, and a 25% to doom. So overall, what do I think about Schuzelt? Well, I think he has high dex, he has high crit, and he has high luck. That's all a recipe for one-shotting, moving in, getting lucky. He's going to be your getting lucky character. He has good agility, it's not the best, you could build it. I think he's probably going to be the type of guy who you're aiming to take a hit and then he's going to attack, or you're going to be equipping some evasion gear on him and hoping he dodges an attack and gets an attack in. He has good movement with that 4 movement. Again, for a semi-tanky unit, having that 4 movement is way different than having the 3 movement most tanks seem to have. He does have good ranged attacks, and he has a good counter. So overall, I think he's actually better than Lilith is. I know that my Lilith fans out there are going to be a little bit disappointed to hear that. I think he is a reasonable substitution for Mont, and I think he actually might be more powerful than Mont as well. But I would have to kind of confirm that independently. All right, you guys, great video today. I hope you're all going to have a good rest of your afternoon. We are always streaming War of the Visions now between 8 p.m. and midnight Pacific time. I am trying to shift the time a little bit, so let me know if that works for you guys. We're trying to do 7:30 to 11:30 or 7 to 11 as college is starting up for me. Again, it's meant so much to me that you guys are hanging out, talking in the comments, leaving thumbs up, and, you know, just engaging with me in general. Make sure you check out our Discord, come hang out. And just a shout out for those of you who are looking for guilds from my last guild video. I know there's not very many guilds out there who are reliable and good, and you all want to kind of join my guild. We created the guild recruitment section. Also, I invite anyone who's recruiting for their guild to post in the comment section down below. And if you find that guild is good, make sure you leave a comment, let others get there, because it sounds like there's a real struggle in terms of finding a good guild recruitment area. All right, you guys, have a good rest of your day, and look forward to the next video I make.